Hey everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Today I will be scrapping two pictures, one of each of my daughters, on an 8.5 by 11 spread. This brown, I think it's called crumb cake from Stampin' Up. I don't even know if that color is still around. I know that it was an in color, then it was out. Maybe they put it back in the new color collections, I'm not sure. But that is where I got that. It's not like, I guess you could say craft, but not exactly a craft color. I'm also using some stamps from Stampin' Up and the white craft ink. Um, I have, I don't know, 150, 200 stamps from Stampin' Up amongst other stamps. And I realized I just don't really use the stamps really as often as I should. So I have decided I'm going to start using my stamps. But this white craft ink, it takes it a little bit longer to dry than normal ink. So I am going to use my little dryer to make sure that it's dry so it doesn't smudge. Now, and there I am checking it out. It does, drying paper for some reason does kind of warp my paper a little, so I like to kind of shake it out and try to get it back to being flat. I did, before the video started, I did layer these pictures on some tissue paper first. So there is tissue paper there, and I just want to try to cut a straight line, which I'm getting better at, guys. So here's the thing, if there's something you're not good at, just keep trying and you'll eventually get better at it. Am I the best in the world? No, I still have to trim a little bit, but there are things in scrapbooking that maybe we're really good at, and there's things in scrapbooking maybe we're not so good at. And you would think that cutting paper is something a scrapbooker would be really good at, but that's why they have paper cutters, so we don't have to be very good at it. But it sometimes gets a little clunky having to take the paper cutter out, put it back up, take it out, put it up. Even if you're just moving it from one surface to the next, it gets a little clunky for me, so I am just practicing cutting a straight line. As you can see, it's getting faster for me. Yay. Now, I did like this paper with the musical notes because these pictures are of my children dancing in those nightgowns, those beautiful nightgowns that Grandma sent. And we used to turn on the music when we were in Germany, and they would just dance around the living room. So I believe they had just woken up. They had been up for, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. Breakfast was done, and we were getting ready to start cleaning, and we had the music playing, and they just started dancing, and that was, I just decided I'm going to take these pictures. Now, I just had, what did I have? A Fuji digital camera, like a point and shoot digital camera. So they may not be the best quality in the world, but you know what? You use the camera that you got to capture the moments that you can capture. And whether they are beautifully staged with like a $3,000 camera, or if they're taken with a $100 camera, the fact is they're your memories. And so don't be scared to use pictures that may not be the best quality in the world in your scrapbooks. They're your memories, they're your stories. Document them, and if you want to get better at photography, then practice different things in photography, but don't let that keep you from documenting your stories. I did pull out some doilies from my You Gotta Use It container on my desk, and I kind of like how that looks. I had to use two because I didn't want to just have one on one picture, so that's why I used two. Now, I had only stamped one half of the page, and I figured once the pictures were on there, I needed to do more on the other page just to even it, or the other side of the page just to even it out. I do want to note that I have everything going from the top left down to the bottom right, which I guess is not my style. Now these, I was looking through some other things I have on my desk that I want to use, and I looked through and I looked through, and I don't actually think I found anything that I used. I know I pulled out that one flower, but I did not use that. Looking for some other things. Now, You probably remember this was a cut apart sheet that I'm trying to use. I finally went and just cut all the pieces apart to make it easier to store in my container. And I found one, it says Happy Memory. And I don't know, I wanted to use, I got to use this stuff up, and I kind of like the way it looked there. I did look through the rest to see if there was something else I wanted to use, but there wasn't. So I'm putting it back into the little plastic container or plastic sleeve that I'm keeping them in. I also saw this, and I did cut out one of the stickers that said this was awesome because I thought the color that sticker matched. I just ended up not actually using it because it didn't really go with the aesthetic that I wanted it to at the end. Now I am going to kind of lift these up from the page because I decided to put some things under the pictures. It's one thing I love about the glue tape runners is it gives a little more flexibility. Once you use that fine line bottle with that tacky glue, there's really no coming back from that. So I did find these flowers. Go ahead and just kind of tuck them under the page. And I'm looking at, what else do I want? And I think there's some banners I end up using. Just going through my alpha stickers, and I pull some out, and I decide on these that I got from the Hit Kit Club. I really do like the font and the color, and I've used it a couple of times, so I'm going to kind of try to use those up as well. I am using some, what was this? So some stickers or something were on the back of this instead of using wax paper because I couldn't find it, so I just used this acetate type stuff. Trying to figure out where I want that title. And you know, there's going to be a fail coming up there soon. But there's the banners. Yes, I told you it was banners. So I just really thought that the page was unbalanced, so it needed something in the top right corner just to kind of fill up some of the space. And so these banners, they're part of the collection, so they color coordinate. So I put those there. I did staple them to the page using my Stampin' Up stapler. I just like kind of the look of that, and I wanted to make sure that the banners stayed down. Of course, the banners did still kind of start, they were kind of getting lost on the page, so I went ahead and I drew black lines. I outlined them just to try to get them to stand out a bit, and I like the way that it turns out, even though I'm not the best at drawing straight lines either. Oh, geez. I got a lot of work to work on in my scrapbooking journey. But anyway, I like the way that those looked. And so here we go with the title. I think I do pull one more. Yep, I pull that love off. And I decide to put it at the bottom, right above those flowers. And I do like that. So now back to the title. I've decided that maybe I was going to try to use a ruler to just kind of put it down, so when I put it on the page I could just flip it up and all of the title stickers would be where I want them to be, exactly where they're supposed to be. What could possibly go wrong with that? I've seen other scrapbookers do it. It seems to work fine for them. But when I did it, no, I didn't like it. It was not in a straight line. So I just have to go ahead and do it manually, I guess. Is that what we say? By hand? Whatever. I have to get it on there myself. And so I did. And so the title is Twirl because, you know, they're dancing and twirling around. And I was having a hard time actually thinking of a title for this page. And I was like, you know, they're twirling. So do you have a hard time thinking of titles for your scrapbooking pages? If you do, let me know. I want to know that I'm not the only one that has that problem. So for the journaling, I am going to do some pencil lines and then write in. I took out my wood veneers because I thought maybe I'd want to use those, but I ended up not using them. So drawing some pencil lines, and then I will do some journaling about what's going on. And for this page, I did do a little bit more journaling than just one sentence because I wanted the context of the pictures to actually be there. Well, that's it for the page, guys. If you like it, please be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Bye.